Well, how y'all doing out there today? As for me, I'm about to go look in the help wanted section, see if I can't find me a new cameraman. I told you, Bill. Anyway, I just want to get out here and say a happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and the ones that are dads, the ones that are especially made the ranks of pops. Enjoy your day. I hope you did. Hope you had a good day. I did what I usually do on Father's Day, which is I'm thinking about my mom, man. She's a single parent, you know, back when it wasn't cool to be a single parent. And I seen all the ways that affected her and the way she was especially with me. I understand now, you know. But while it was going on, and I will stick to this till the day I die, sisters, don't try to be no dad. It's one thing to be a single mom and just work and do that double shift, so to speak. I commend you for that, but don't try to make no man out of them, because that ain't your place. Men make other men. Period. And that's, you can say what you want. You can't, well, you can try to break it and you see what happens, but you can't deny natural law. And like I said, if you want to break natural law, then you get what you get. Damn, this thing ain't, sorry, y'all, I just better not move anything or something. Better not just move or whatever, but anyway, I'm saying that. Hey, James, how you doing, brother? We still got a lot of work to do, boys. My brothers, grandpas, uncles, brothers, dads, fathers, pops, men. We got a lot of shit to do. And the sad thing is, and I'm not being critical about this. Like I said, there's some things that are just done. There's only one way to really do them. And you have your opinion on that, but look how that comes out a lot of times as well. But because we love, you know, we always love our youngins. I think everybody out there loves their youngins, no matter how they act or what comes out their mouth. Somewhere deep down inside, they got something for them, you know. And there's very few cases, there's extreme cases. Hey, Lori, how you doing, honey? And there's nothing, you know, everything ain't everybody and everybody ain't everything, of course. But we just loved them so much we wanted their life to be easier. And we just thought it was the coolest thing that we ever saw. Our son being born or not. I didn't see any of my any one of my boys be born. I passed out. Ron Williams was just crowning. I don't ever want to see that again. Anyway, and but then I was still at work when I got that call that Ryan was coming on the way, so I had to leave work right then and right to the hospital. Missed him being born, and but like I said, I probably wouldn't have been looking too hard myself. PJ, my brother, how you doing, man? So basically, you see that, man, it's like special. You want like, this is the coolest little thing in the world, man. This little guy, this little gal. You know, Bitty fit in one of my fucking hands, man. That's how small she was. 4 pounds, 15 ounces. And my boys was like giant babies. It was like 8 and 10 pounds, man. They're big whoppers, man. But thank you, brother. And same to all you dads out there. I'll say it probably a dozen times here. That's cool, because that's a good thing. But I really, like I said, we kind of just, and I ain't saying it's like dropping the ball. It's like the road to hell's paved with good intentions and all that shit. That don't really even fit here either, even though it probably will be our road to hell. But we wanted them to like us and be our friend because we thought they was cool and we just wanted to be around them. I don't think a lot of you adult children of us, but I just call you adults, by the way. I think it's kind of oxymoronic to call you fucking adult children. Hey, Tichin, how you doing, honey? most of you folks out there that you think, or you're looking at your life now and things are hard and you're thinking, wow, it wasn't hard for you. It's like, well, yeah, I was raised different. I wanted you to have things I didn't have. I wanted you to have opportunities that wasn't bestowed upon me. I wanted you to get what you wanted, even though I barely got what I needed. I just wanted better for you because I just think you're cool. The thing is, man, they did that for a reason. It's out of love. And it's not misplaced love. It's just not natural for any parent to try to be your kid's buddy when at least for the first, well, really forever, but at least the first 12 years of their life when they're figuring things out, or then I'll say up to 16 or 17 when you let them get behind the wheel of a fucking car or on a motorized vehicle or something. You're responsible for their life, so the yeses have to mean yes, and the nos have to mean no. This ain't somebody like you argue with when it's time to go to bed, or they need something to eat, or how to treat them when they're feeling bad or sick or something. And also, I'm going to say this at this time period where it seems so comfortable and easy and okay for you to take elders and put them all in a building where they bounce around balloons with a fucking swim noodle like some fucking bunch of old people being treated disrespectfully and not being utilized and respected for their knowledge, their wisdom that they have to pass down. And that's something that got stolen from us, y'all. We wasn't paying attention, and yeah, they advertise it as something okay to do, and some people have to do that. But man, it just turned out to be one big dump right there during the right all in the end of the 90s and all into the 2000s. And if you go look at the statistics on that, I guess everybody forgot that we had to change your diaper too. Maybe you might have to change ours one day. We might have bitched about it, but you didn't know it. You just a little baby. We gotta remember things like that. They broke apart the family unit on purpose. Now, unknowing this, and even understanding why a lot of men act the way they do, or even just parents, it's gotta stop. And it probably won't. Because you got men out there 30 years old playing video games with their 10-year-old kid. In other words, being the kid that's fine, man. Watching them do something, watching them figure something out, watching them experiment or explore or find something out on their own for the first time. Leave that alone. And yeah, I'm not saying don't go do nothing with them, just sit in a corner watching them, like a lifeguard in a lifeguard chair with a fucking whip, and every time they're fixing to, get into some trouble or might get hurt, crack the whip. Get back here, boy. Get back here, do something. No. You're watching them. And you might even let them get hurt, because it ain't going to be that kind of hurt that doesn't heal. It might be one of them kind of hurts that you get the real life lessons from. How many times did you stump your toe when you was a young little kid from a toddler on up where you can remember? It was a bunch of times, wasn't it? And that's why you can't get the robots to walk. If Elon Musk can't get the robots to walk, because bipeding it on Earth, the two-legged, where we're the only ones, man, and they don't even know how we walk. But anyway, and the give and take. I mean, all that part, of being cool with your kids, James. Thank you, Connie. How you doing, honey? The being cool with your kids or doing something with them. I mean, that's one that could be taken overboard, but that's not I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just the yeses have to mean yes, and the nos, especially, have to mean no. Now, I brought this up before, and it's a hard scene, but that's why I quit reading Stephen King. And Stephen King, you're a bastard for writing Pet Sematary, man. Just the way you killed off the family, man. Started with the toddler, with a cat, really, but then the toddler. And then, wow, just the whole thing was creepy, man, but I don't like that. But anyway, that little toddler named Gage, and I ain't saying he was being raised right or nothing, but he was running towards the highway. And by the time that they noticed, they live way out in the country, and there wasn't the only traffic on the highway really was just some big big gas trucks that came down, or logging trucks or something. And by the time they realized that he was closer to the highway, and there was a truck that was coming at the same time that these two things were going to intercede and meet, it was too late to run and catch him because he was in full trot. And they hollered, Gage, Gage. You know, boy just laughed. He's running after this little balloon or something, or the kite. I think they had a kite, and the kite caught the wind on the ground, and he runs right in front of that truck, man. It mows this little fucking Tyler over. Your mama's out there when you go, no, get off of that damn tree, you know, whatever. That kid jumps down. You probably could have saved her life. Because that would have been something that would have been instantaneous. Or you had premonition that a lightning bolt was fixing to hit that tree or something. In other words, the kid came down because it was supposed to. Now, you think that mama loved that kid any less, or wouldn't go watch him, run in a track meet or play football or go on his first date and kiss his first girl or something? Mm-mm. She didn't want him to die because he's too young to know better. It wasn't like you do as I say, or don't do as I say as I do. It wasn't that. It was you do that now because I'm in charge of your life. I'm supposed to bring you up. I got roughly by law or by the common, understanding that about 18 years you can go out on your own. Until them 18 years is up, I don't want to make this a prison sentence, but I want you to be alive at them 18 years. I want you to be able to go out in this fucked up fucking world and not be domesticated so badly that you have to have the society that you know another part of life, that you know life, period, and all aspects of it that are known to us that have sought it and lived it. That don't mean that you can't be friends. I let my boys be boys because I didn't want my mom or my ex-wife's parents always coming in and micromanaging everything that was going on in the house, because I got married when I was 19, I think, and she was 24. So I kind of let them be, because I know, well, they're my boys, so they're going to have at least some of my traits. Hey, Rain, hey, Keith, how y'all doing on there? And I don't think they'd care for that. And he got one fuss for one boy, but the other one, man, I just like to know that he's being a dad, that he's right there in the home. He's right there with his kids. Matter of fact, both my boys last May, them babies just had a first year. Both of them boys had babies. Their girls had babies at the same month. Like, what the hell is going on down there? Maybe they've been down there in South Georgia too long. And just kidding. But anyway, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them boys. And boys, you ever watch this, I'm proud of them. I always have been. But they know why I couldn't be their friend. I told them that. The understanding of that, or the wanting to even understand that kind of stuff, well, that's a whole different thing. Now, it's all different when it comes to you boys and your girls, and I don't want to get into all that right now. But it's pretty much easy, a firstborn daughter or something like that, if you're lucky enough to have more than one, or lucky enough. Anyway, I leave that one alone. But they're pretty loyal, and they act a lot like you, because that's something about that. And so Jessica was born from another relationship, and so she didn't get treated any different than them boys. And you know what? Because I learned that from Paul Anderson down there in Vidalia where I went to private school. He's a great man, and he's very wise, and easy to listen to, because I had a big booming voice, and he's the world's strongest man. And so whatever, he wasn't about to mess with him. But that's where I got to make the yeses mean yes and the no. He couldn't show me or teach me hands-on how to be a father, because I didn't have one. And by the way, that private school is set up for fatherless boys, pretty much. But he could give these very simple to follow, easy to understand, and easy to memorize, because there wasn't many of them. And the first one are these guidelines on how to treat your kid to get them to where they don't get in trouble as a teenager. Blah blah blah. They're alive when they're a teenager, whatever. And the first one was make the yeses mean yes and the nos mean no. And that's why you kind of run across the younger generation, especially all in about your 20s right now. You either get real bossy and you just move on in it by the time you get in your 30s, but when you're 20s, you're bucking, you're trying to find your place. You've been under the roof of the old man or the mall, all these years. Now it's time to, fly in the world and be free, and pay bills and go to work. But, oh, wow, man. But anyway, sorry about that. I was reading my cat right there, Keith. Don't be bucking on them right now. I tell you, that's just crappy signal out here tonight. And they put up the pictures. First there was planes with no exhaust. Then there was or no contrail. And then there was, I guess they were flying, gliding. Then there was then they started showing them spraying. And now we got. But damn, man! All of a sudden, now I'm sitting there talking about some serious shit, and all of a sudden it's gonna start this. Yeah, I had to go back and watch the rewatch, man. I hate it when it does this, but like I said, man, they were spraying. It just goes to show more what they're doing, and why I said, yeah, I think a lot of the younger generation right now, especially the younger sisters down here, are y'all starting to see the world for what it really is? You see them spraying the sky. You have listened to the grandparents or the parents. Your eyes are not just, yes, you were born into this computer thing, probably with one of these phones hanging at your fucking ass, but it ain't the world. This is not the world. This is not where you can find out something, not like broad stroked on Google, but you ain't going to find life lessons on Google and then figure out how to get through them or which ones are the ones. But anyway, listen to them now. Don't be bucking on so many things. Unreasonable or comparing something from the computer to somebody's life experience is stupid. The computer can be anything, and you should know that because you was born into it. Life experience from the people that just love you and want to see you do well. Maybe they might be overbearing on some stuff or whatever. Now you know why when you get your kids. You young fathers, now you know why. You don't want nothing hurting that baby. You be changing the diaper every fucking 30 minutes, man. You bought all new, brand new fucking baby car seats and all that stuff, man. You can stop, man. Let your kid run around naked in the backyard at summertime. Just hold him down when he shits on himself. I mean, goddamn, let him be a kid. But the thing is, you're not supposed to trust us. And we're supposed to try to make you the part of the world that we want to see, but we needed to make the world something you could live in as that person. You can't live in the world the way some of these parents, out of love. All right? I don't want to be your friend because they think you're cool. They think you're the coolest thing in the world. They love you to death. But this world you ain't going to make it in this world, especially the way it's closing up now and crashing all around us. Every day is some other piece of what we call society that just falls off and busts and it just shatters in a billion pieces. There's no fixing this. So how are we going to move on? So you need to learn a lot about life really fucking quick. And you're not going to get that from nobody else but your elders. And that's the ones that have lived during that time. That's probably the ones you thought were being hard on you, but they didn't want to see you die. They didn't want to bury their kid. They didn't want to be like some character in a Stephen King book. Now, let me tell all of y'all something right now. You can do everything in the world to bring up the strongest child possible that would listen to every word and was just every fucking thing in the world to you and as you was to them. And they can still be taken out by this fucking world. You got to be extra sharp these days. All right? And that's why I'm telling you this. I don't really think there's bad parenting or there's just bad people, but I think they're more like just selfish people, or sometimes good people get caught up in a bad moment. Like that, I saw a little kid get left in the car and they said, oh, he's too cold. It's like 40 degrees out here. It's like, he don't feed to death in a car at 40 degrees. And his mom had to do an interview, but wow, you get a caring for a cop. And we don't bubble wrap our kids like we were not bubble wrapped like y'all have been since this computer. Because where you are getting more information, fathers, sons, daughters, families, you get more information, but you get more bullshit information. It's like, wow, man, it ain't even worth sifting through sometimes to get an answer on. Just wait for that life experience to happen. But when hey, Alana, how you doing, honey? When you're dealing with people that want nothing but the best for you and are trying their damnedest to do that, and you're an adult now, especially if you got your own kids and you're starting to see it, it's not that you don't need to make the same mistakes that they made with you or something, or that's going to make them weaker. How about make the same mistakes, but just try to make the outcome be more understandable, more forgiving, more of a life lesson learned, teachable moments, speaking for real, making the yeses mean yes and the noes mean no. And maybe get a reason for it later. Maybe get your explanation for it later. Maybe you're a little butthurt. Maybe you feel like you've been disrespected for your age, you know. Well, maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Get out here and live some. Matter of fact, the way the Latins used to say memento mori, which means death comes to us all. Maybe see how some people kind of messed that up and didn't live as long as you. And make you appreciate life more. Because death does come to us all. And that's not some fear label to throw out there, some fear-mongering bullshit. That's just the fact that's the life you got. You want to live it to the fullest. You want it to be full of mistakes and victories. And sometimes them come hand in hand. Because when you rise from the ashes of the fucking mistake, well, wow. You just had a victory. You got something you can pass down to generations. It's called wisdom. It's better than friendship. That comes from loyalty. And that's better than friendship. And it comes from a love that you'll never know until you're watching a little piece of you run around where you see your face in their face, your eyes in their eyes, your mannerisms in their mannerisms. That's what you got to remember. That's the fucking life that your brothers, that we're going to have to get out here and change some shit real fast. Or these dumb, insane motherfuckers that been fooling everybody are going to get their way. We're not going to be here. And they're going to have their way with their fucking... Man, that wow. I'm not even going to get into that part of it. Hey, Sarah J, how you doing, honey? And thank you, honey. There you get it. Y'all out there that are still butthurt because of how you got treated by your parents. If you wasn't put in a fucking hospital 12 times before you was 10 years old by fucking physical abuse like crushed face and fucking broken bones and shit, then, wow. Man, go get you another Kleenex and another layer of bubble wrap. Go back down to the basement. Keep the lights on so you don't get scared. And just do what y'all do down there. Now, if you see, man, while they was learning, you were trusting them to be everything that they're supposed to be. And they were just trying to do their best by you. And the ones out there, y'all, that you've been bubble wrapped a little too much, like you just scared to really even look at your reflection in the mirror sometimes. Forgive now. Forgive yourself. And fucking harden up, man. Like my buddy here in Barber, he told me down here in Australia, he said, pour some concrete on that and harden up, mate. We got something to take care of. And it's going to take every fucking single soul that gets involved in it. And probably then some. So on this Father's Day, I don't want to talk about where we fucked up. I just want to tell you how much we loved you, and that's why things may have been fucked up. And some people love you, they're going to get you soft, make you comfortable, keep the boogeyman away. And there's some that love you, but they're going to let you see that early on, so you don't ever worry about no boogeyman. They're going to let you know that you are the hero in your life. And that when there's nothing else around and nothing but you, well, that's how you'll figure out who you are right then. So love's love, and parenting is probably the most impossible job second to keeping a relationship going here in the new normal. But this has been basically advertised to it. And hey Joanne, how you doing, honey? Thank you. And thank you, Lana. And but they was never the enemy. They could have been mean like my mom. Tell you, man, my mom's meaner than cat shit because she tried to. And this is why I know that a woman can't make a man. A men make men, and women make women. There's no two ways about that. But in saying that, I understood that early on. I forgave her early on. But still, it took till 3 days before she died. She was my friend for 3 days. Before that, she was my mom. Or my mom, as I call her. So there you go. That was kind of rough, but especially when you didn't have a father and never had one, and she didn't ever try to put no man in my life. Hey, well, I went to scouts and stuff like that, and she did try, but at home, the discipline, you're either going to go overboard or you ain't going to do it enough, moms. So you got to be scared of somebody, and I'm not just talking about scared of getting off the swing set because it's raining outside. The kind of respectful fear. Not the fear of punishment, but the fear that they might be doing that person. I need to listen to them because I might be doing something that's going to get me killed. I better, I'll ask later. I ask questions later. I'm gonna move my ass right now. Making the yeses mean yes, and the no's mean no. They always keep that in mind. But to everybody out there, especially my two boys and all my brothers out here, whether you're just a dad or you're the father, or the pops, or just a guy that's there when there's supposed to be a guy there. Happy Father's Day. I love you, brothers. Now let's defend them and fix this fucked up shit we let get going too damn far. All right. Other than that, y'all have a good evening. I'm gonna go in here and listen to this wind and this storm come up and get me some sleep. Y'all be good. Don't live in fear.